thesis and project training.
Hi, I'm Dhwani Bhavsar from Faculty of Technology, 3rd year. After almost 3 years at CEPT, it has become an integral part of my life. Diverse culture, exposed brick structures, north lawns, workshops, chai and celebrations are some of the words that swirl around one's head when they think of CEPT. It provides a common platform for everybody to explore. CEPT for me is another orbit to be in.
It's a place full of fun.
About experiential learning.
It's a celebration of knowledge.
It has only been a year, but my perspective on the built environment has been expanded already. If I have to describe CEPT in one word, I think that would be free.
The first thing that strikes you is the campus. It's lovely, there are huge trees and there are squirrels running about, coming to you, nibbling at your feet. It just creates this environment where you open your mind to everything that's around you. If I had to say one word about CEPT, I'd say it's endless.
It's been a year on campus and the journey so far has been wonderful and very exciting, be it in terms of culturals or in terms of academics. If I had to describe CEPT in one word, that will be insane.
CEPT has a lot of diversity in it, but interestingly, it has a lot of unity in it too. And if I was to describe CEPT in one word, it would be CEPT makes you a strong, independent person to do a lot more in your life.
When I first entered in the CEPT, it was for me as a different isolated world in itself, where you're completely detached from the world around. Each and every person say their own opinions. You discuss, you debate on certain things, but you also hold on your own opinions.
When you tell someone that you're from CEPT, they realize, the first thing that they know is that you're married to your work. We've had hands-on experience with working with materials, and what CEPT really does to you is that it pushes you to be the best version of yourself.
I would like to talk about the opportunities CEPT provides, the elective system which lets you choose what you want to learn, to working on campus where you can develop a skill you have.
The college collaborates with a lot of international universities where you can learn with people, share and learn yourself and grow.
So for me, CEPT is more about making me more of me.
Truly, it's exceptional.
Infinite opportunities.
Collaborative world.
A year ago from now, I was in a state of dilemma for where to go next. But here at CEPT, it provides us a platform where everybody can study together.
So FTUG program is an integrated course of 5 years which exposes us to a huge plethora of knowledge, considering with lab tests, field studies, juries, theses.
After almost 3 years at CEPT, it has become an integral part of my life. Diverse culture, exposed brick structures, north lawns, workshops, chai and celebrations are some of the words that swirl around one's head when they think of CEPT. It provides a common platform for everybody to explore. CEPT for me is another orbit to be in.
It's a place full of fun.
About experiential learning.
It's a celebration of knowledge.
Established in 1962, CEPT University is one of India's leading institutes focused on understanding, designing, planning, constructing and managing of human habitats. The admission policy of CEPT University is merit-based and means blind. CEPT University has instituted scholarships, assistantships, loan interest waivers, travel grants and various other means of student support.
Hello. Hello. Good morning, everyone. I welcome you all on behalf of CEPT University, and it's very good to see everybody in good numbers. We had online registrations, and almost 600 registrations was the last number which we saw yesterday, and we were a bit worried that how should we handle if at all there's no possibility of accommodation, but things have turned well. Thanks for turning up. Quite a few of you have traveled long distances and come over here to be part of the open house at CEPT. So we don't waste any time, and we begin as per the schedule. So I myself, I'm Director Admissions, chairing the admission committee at CEPT. I will brief you about CEPT University and broad aspects at the university. My presentation will be followed by CEPT Summer Winter Schools, which is headed by Professor Mercy Samuel. That's also a university-wide program. And after that, we will have faculty presentations, wherein I welcome all the members, Dean Faculty of Technology, Dean Professor Paresh Shah, Dean Faculty of Design, Professor Anand Bele. From Faculty of Architecture, we have Professor Vishwanath Kashikar. And from Planning, we have for Bachelors of Urban Design program, Professor Rajiv Kadam, and Melissa will be joining us later. So the sequence will be with Faculty of Architecture, then Faculty of Technology, the presentation from Technology, followed by Faculty of Design, and lastly, Bachelor of Urban Design program. Yeah. So to begin with, the presentation will be talking about CEPT University, the philosophy at CEPT, the academic programs, and the campus life at CEPT. So when we say CEPT, it entails everything about understanding, designing, planning, constructing, and managing everything related to human habitats. And therefore, CEPT is a unique university and first of its kind, which is a habitat university. Since its establishment, since 1962, it has provided unique learning environment for those who wish to study the human habitats in the professional domains of architecture, design, technology, planning, and management. Yeah. So we are very old university in this domain, and we have experience of more than 50 years in this habitat teaching, research, and learning. Now, if we consider the professional domain, and if we look at the figures in India, just to begin with, we know it's the second largest country in the world after China. So a lot of population, and with the present pace of growth, as per the recent figures which are published in March by IMF, India is the world's fastest growing large economies. So when the economy grows, the urbanization is also keeps pace with it. That's usually the pattern. So by 2030, India will have more than 68 cities with populations over 1 million, and 13 cities with more than 4 million, and the mega cities in addition to these. Yeah. So as of now, we already have 7 mega cities, 2019. And looking to the past trends, the urban population has doubled since last 50 years, and it will be having still higher pace of urbanization. And if we consider the professional requirements in this domain of habitat, according to the Royal Institute of Chartered Surveyors, which is a well-known institute, the gap is 80 to 83% for the core habitat professionals. So this is the background for you to know. Now talking about the philosophy at CEPT, it believes in engaging in lifelike problems to train the creative professionals. And creative thinking skills is the key to training thoughtful professionals is what it believes in. Yeah. And accordingly, we have our role on all the programs. For students, it's learning is the capacity building through exploration, and students should choose what they want to learn. So that exploration part, I think you will be very well able to see all of those things when you visit the exhibition which is going on campus. It was inaugurated yesterday and it's going to be there till 13th. Yeah. So for teachers to inspire and support our students in their quest and to enable the students to achieve their goals. So these are the core philosophies which we believe in, and with this, CEPT University strives to improve the standards in education and accordingly orients its programs and the courses within. It majorly emphasizes on studio-based learning, wherein the students are to deal with the real life issues which are happening around them and to try to find out solutions for it. Besides, when we talk about quality of education, one of the very important aspects is the student-teacher ratio. We usually work in the range of 10 to 12 students and 1 faculty member for that number of students for all studio-based courses. Okay. As I said, choice-based learning is there. CEPT University offers the opportunity to the students to pursue individual interests by choosing courses from many available electives offered across the university, irrespective of the faculty a student studies in. Twice in the breaks between the semesters, students are required to sign up for study tours or the courses organized as part of summer schools and winter schools. So, if a student is studying in Faculty of Architecture, he or she is very well can take course in technology or planning or management as electives. And summer winter schools are also within the pool of electives. Professor Mercy will be talking more about it to give a clear picture. At CEPT, it's not only about academics. It's molding a person, a citizen, and a professional. So CEPT has a legacy of having a cosmopolitan culture wherein the views from all walks of, or from people from everywhere is accepted, and they work together. So for students, many qualities, leadership qualities are cultivated. These are all student-led sessions. They have common meetings and they take decisions. So all of those which has been a part of CEPT culture, way back in olden times, still exists as of now. Now coming to programs at CEPT. Faculty of Architecture, established in 1962, and Faculty of followed by Planning, established in 1972, Technology since 1982, Faculty of Design since 91, and Faculty of Management has recently come up in 2014. So we have 5 undergraduate programs in all these faculties except for Faculty of Management, which is only a master's program. 18 postgraduate programs in the university and 2 PhD programs in architecture and planning. This is the university structure, wherein you may see various offices which are related to students and the teaching learning aspects. The resources offices, we have library, labs, workshops, and many other things, student services, alumni. And we have research centers, which are 9 functional research centers. Talking about it later. Now, for 5 bachelor's programs, we have Bachelor of Architecture, which is a 5-year, all courses are 5-year courses. Bachelor's of Construction Technology, Bachelor's of Interior Design, Bachelor of Design in Building Product Systems and Furniture, Bachelor of Urban Design. These are the 5 UG programs. Just to let you know, there are 18 PG programs and different specializations. Within architecture itself, you have 4 specializations, design 4, planning 5 specializations, technology 4, and management we have 1 specializations. I think there are highest number of courses if you observe many universities in India. So, further scope of studies at the university. As I said, CEPT is also involved in many research, consulting, and capacity building activities through CRDF. CEPT Research and Development Foundation is there, and under those centers, the very well-known projects have been taken. For example, Center of Excellence in Urban Transport, the exemplary BRT project. Center of Excellence in Urban Equity does a lot of work in urban poor and housing facilities for them, and many more domains. Center international courses in association with 15 international institutes, and 58 courses have happened outside India. So just to see, these are the courses which have happened within India. This is a bit old figure, and this is which indicates the courses outside India. We have Mercy talking about all of those things. Besides, CEPT University has collaborations with 26 universities across Europe, Asia, Australia, and North America, and the students come on campus to study, and at the same time, our students also, for certain exchange programs, move out over there and study for a semester. So these are certain collaborations which have happened at various points in time for different aspects, maybe summer winter schools, maybe exchange programs. So we have talked about the world, but if we want to say that students coming from different parts of India, this is what it is. We have students coming from all over India in this university, and these are the figures for the past few years and distribution of students from different states. So each state is represented in this university. Now, there's no alternative to hard work. If you consider undergraduate course in any of the domains, but at the same time, student have to balance well. So this becomes a second home for them. So they relax, they enjoy, they participate in extracurricular activities, everything. So I think if you join over here, I would like to share with the parents, they might be coming home less. So, yeah. So different variety of courses wherein they undergo experiential learning, no, which is many of the courses are about hands-on or experiential learning. So they participate in different kinds of courses. Cultural events organized by the students. So as I said, it's their second home. So they do all of these things, by which they enjoy and relax. And finally, end of the journey, they are ready to move out and work as responsible professionals in the world outside. Yeah. Now, certain things which I would like to just point out in the end. Now we are gradually culminating. Facilities at CEPT, as I showed you in that chart, there are many things. Few glimpses of from all of those resource centers and everything. Facilities at CEPT, we have CEPT workshops, which is a building right besides GIDC Bhavan, and we have various kinds of instruments over there for furniture, for weaving, and for Fab Lab and whatnot. So during the campus tour, you will have student volunteers who will take you through the entire campus, and you will also see the workshop on campus. The material testing lab or the structural lab, the library, Leelavati Lalbhai Library, which has recently become an icon on campus. IT services, student services is always there. Student services desk is also here. They help all the students in many aspects, right away from identity card to any other complex issues, among students. Alumni office, outreach office, and finally coming to the financial support which we offer. CEPT offers tuition fee waivers, wherein there might be full tuition fee waiver in special cases or partial tuition fee waivers. Scholarships which are merit-based, purely merit-based scholarships, as well as means cum merit-based scholarships. Work-based financial support, as I said when I mentioned centers, that we do promote student assistantship. Campus office needs some student help. My own example, I am having an admissions office, so we also take help from students. Whenever they are free, they can apply, that I will be happy to work in admissions office, they get paid. So it's earn while you learn, kind of a culture. Research assistantship, as I said, for the research projects under the centers or individual faculty researchers as well, and teaching assistantship. The students, as they move ahead, maybe final year or PG, they are allowed to become a teaching assistant and help a faculty member in teaching the courses and do whatsoever tasks are assigned to them by the faculty. And special case scholarships which are often announced and applications are asked for, wherein you can apply. There are travel grants and the bank loan interest subsidies and all of those facilities are there. We also have a table for finance, who might guide you on these aspects today after the break. So this time we are offering 15% of the admitted students will be getting merit and means cum merit scholarship at the time of admission for this year. For PG, we have already finished the admissions, we have already offered. So when you come to CEPT, when you are taking the admission at CEPT, you know that you are getting a scholarship, and which facilitates taking a decision whether you would like to go ahead or not. So before your formal admissions, you know that you are getting scholarship or not. Now, for any queries, we have admission office represented by Anjali Dulwani, Ramesh Bhai Rawal, and Komal Patel. You might have interacted with them through email, on phone many a times. and they are working hard to help out students all the time. And today's big event also, is all because of their efforts. So I would take the opportunity to thank them and all the others also, who have been involved, the other offices in the university. You can look at SEPT portfolio. If you want to see what do the students learn, what do they study, you can always visit this place on our website, which is SEPT portfolio. You can follow us on Facebook. And now finally coming to admissions. How to get in, yeah? Now according to 2017 notification from the government, SEPT University has been allowed to operationalize 50% of the seats on its own, and the rest of the 50% of the seats are taken up by the government, and the admission is done through ACPC, okay, which is Admission Committee for Professional Courses. It's a government body. So 50% of the seats which we operationalize are SEPT All India seats, wherein students can apply from all over India, including Gujarat. So it's not that Gujarat students cannot apply in this. They can apply in this as well as the ACPC seats. Okay. And the rest of the 50% of ACPC seats, which are for Gujarat students, the Gujarat board as well as all the other boards within the state, but it is within the state. Yeah. Now again, within ACPC seats, which are 50%, the distribution is 90% are the students who have passed qualifying exams from Gujarat board, and 10% of the seats are for the candidates who have passed the qualifying exam from other boards located in the state of Gujarat, including Diu, Daman and Dadra Nagar Haveli. Yeah. So this is the seat distribution for ACPC seats. Now, the first three programs, Bachelor in Architecture, Construction Technology and Interior Design, has both All India seats and ACPC seats. Okay. And you need to apply separately for both of them. Okay. Application for ACPC seat is different and application for All India seat is different. Again, for All India, you might want to apply for two programs, let's say Architecture and Interior Design. You need to make two different applications in each program. Yeah. And for Bachelors of Design in Building Products and Systems and Furniture and Bachelor of Urban Design, it's only All India seats. Okay, so you only need to apply at SEPT. There are no ACPC seats. So all the Gujarat students, if you are interested in these two programs, you need to apply through SEPT. Okay, it's completely online process. So applications are open online on our website. Okay. So as I said, you need to apply separately. So for All India seats, student needs to apply to SEPT University through online portal, septadmissions.in, and single merit list is prepared by SEPT University based on merit list only. It's program wise, it's not a common, it's different program. So the merit list is prepared on the basis of purely merit for All India seats. And for ACPC seats, the merit list is prepared by the government norms. Okay. So what is how it is prepared, the details of it, you can visit ACPC website. Yeah, you can see the other details over there. Now coming to the point, for now, the test dates which are tentatively proposed, I would say tentatively because there is possibility that there might be updates. So you may need to keep checking the website. Everything will be put up on the website. So it is 5th, 6th and 7th of July when you will have test. Now test applies only to all these programs except for architecture. Okay. Architecture doesn't have a test which is conducted by CEPT University. It's NATA test. So, okay. So 50% of NATA test and 50% of the board's score for architecture. So all the other programs, be it ACPC seat or be it All India seat, you need to appear for a university level aptitude test. Okay. So that test is common for both the seats. Okay. But the merit list is prepared, in one case it's CEPT and the other case it is government. Yeah. Application forms may be starting somewhere between 15th to 20th of May, which is completely online. The announcement will be online. You can visit the site. You can as well subscribe to on our website at one place there's you can subscribe so that all the updates are posted to you. Okay. So I think the details about the test, the other weightages of preparation of merit list, like as I said, for architecture it's 50% NATA and 50% of your board score, and that's the basis to prepare your merit list. Similarly, the other programs, BUD, BCT, BID and BPS have their own criteria. Each of the program coordinators will be talking about their program and they will be sharing those details with you. Okay, yeah, thanks. Yeah. I invite Professor Mercy Samuel from Summer Winter School. She will be talking about summer winter schools at CEPT. Yeah. अपना है इसमें नहीं मेल किया हुआ नहीं नेट तो मैं भेज दूँ किसी को
वाईफाई कनेक्टेड Wi-Fi is not connected. So Wi-Fi is not connected right now.
हॉटस्पॉट से
Just a second. अगर यहाँ का सिर्फ स्टूडेंट्स कनेक्ट हो जाए ना, still also I can do it. Here are SIP students. Whose laptop is this? Wi-Fi is not connecting. Yeah, the Wi-Fi is not connecting. That's an issue. Wi-Fi dial-up unit is not connecting right now.
आप करो रील बाय आई स्टार्ट राइट
Yeah.
आई स्टार्ट यू कैन
इसमें the student log student connect हो गया.
So good morning all of you. It's a very hot day, right? And I'm very happy to see so many of you gathered here and outside to take a conscious decision about what you want to do in your life. So that is quite appreciable. As Mona has briefed, amongst all the exciting things that happens at CEPT University, Summer Winter School is also one amongst them. So after the hard work that you put up during your semester, there is something which you would like to do different, right? So, and with a different group of people, right? So Summer Winter Schools is an area which gives you opportunities to explore of this sort. So there are a number of courses which are offered by different departments and different faculties from within CEPT as well as outside CEPT, as well as international faculties who at times come down to CEPT to take the courses, or the students, they move outside to take those courses, right? So this is the unique concept that has been designed by CEPT University, given the collaborations that it has with international universities and also with the different institutions and organizations within the country. So I have prepared a small presentation for all of you, but at the same time I wanted to show you take you to the website of the Summer Winter School, because that is where you can see all the variety of things which can't come into the presentation slides. So we are just trying out how to connect it to the net. Okay, till the time it gets connected, let's begin. So in the Summer Winter School, it is the basic concept of Summer Winter School is more of experiential learning and lot of incidental learning, right? So as a team, when you work together with different groups of students who have got different abilities, you learn a lot from each other, right? And then when you are in a different context, if you are in a different city, you are in a different country, then lot of incidental learning happens, which helps you develop as an individual. There is a problem, it seems, in the laptop. Is there anybody around? Okay, so let's start with this. It's not. Okay, so it's an innovative platform for professionals, faculty members and students to offer diverse learning opportunities across the world and beyond the structured classroom. So in the classroom you have got things which are structured, but in the summer school and winter school also things are structured, but they are structured in a very different manner. We initiated this schools from December 2013. And the essence of these lies with the variety of courses, which are the diverse nature of courses, the students and faculties. Now, in the summer-winter school, not only students from CEPT can register, but even students from outside CEPT can also register. That is why I was particularly interested in showing you how the portal works. So for students, it is developing the life skills, developing skills like leadership qualities, developing a team building skill, how to work within teams. The courses are very interactive and interdisciplinary in nature. And young professionals, they share and they earn the valuable learning experience. So actually it is the experience. So if you will talk to many of the students at CEPT, you will find out one of the things which makes an impression on them and they will never forget to talk about is the experience that they gained during the summer-winter programs. The other thing about the summer-winter course is the duration. It is a very focused duration of 2 to 4 weeks, very intense, working together in groups. So you can dedicate your full energy and full time into understanding those particular concepts and themes which have been offered. You have the full attention of your faculty members and mentors to learn those skills and to come up with different kinds of outputs that are desired by the courses. So basically these particular kinds of courses are divided into 3 types. Those are the travel-based courses, the lecture-based courses and the workshop-based courses. There is some problem with the slides, but all over the world we have around 15 international collaborations. We have collaborations with universities in Europe like Paris, Italy, UK. We have collaborations in Denmark, Australia, US. In terms of South Asia, the schools have been offered in Sri Lanka. So there are around 15 collaborations which are currently going on with which we jointly organize such schools focused 2 weeks, 3 weeks courses. There are around international travel-based courses. Till now we have offered around 58 courses which were international travel-based courses to all these places. Within India, there were around 107 travel-based courses. So students, they go to Himalayas, Spiti Valley, they go to Kangra and Kargil, they go to Ladakh, right? They also go to other bigger cities like Chandigarh or Bangalore, right? So very theme-based, focused, things which you would not otherwise see if you are not guided by your mentors and tutors. So that is what is the concept of, and very personally speaking, I like these travel-based courses, both national and international ones, because lot of learning and interaction happens with the faculty and the students. Now I would take you to the website to show you what all are the different kinds of courses. There is an online registration process which you can follow for getting admission into the summer-winter school. So if you are a CEPT student or a non-CEPT student, but you want to have a sneak peek into the life of CEPT, the culture that the university offers, the learning and such kinds of things that the university offers, then summer-winter school is the place where you should first try out with. It's not working.
पेज एक्सपायर हो गया लॉगिन पेज लॉगिन करना कहाँ गया वो अभी डाला था ना
मैंने नहीं डाला था You have your login, verify login. So meanwhile this opens, to give you an idea about what kinds of skills that are developed during the courses at CEPT in various departments, during exhibitions, we have offered 3 different workshops. If you might have looked at the website, so this is one workshop which is currently offered, which will happen on 13th May from 2:30 p.m. sorry, and it is about the augmented reality sandbox. It is offered by the Faculty of Technology. So here the students can understand the contours, and they can see how different kinds of contours, ridges and slopes are formed, water bodies, how do they take the path that they follow at times, and we can't anticipate that where the water would be flowing and where how the riverbed changes its scape and all. So this is a workshop. You all can register for that today. The registrations are open till today. The registration is on first come first serve basis, so you can have a look at that. There are 2 more such workshops which are offered. One is Poetics of Kinetics. Here the students will get an exposure about the kinetics in terms of motion and the desired movements and the methods to achieve them, right? So more of architectural kind of, so these courses are basically designed so that you get first-hand understanding of what is it that if you are admitted into these departments in an undergrad kind of a program, then these are some of the things. So it just gives you a snapshot of what kinds of skills and techniques you would be learning. Similarly, one more workshop is there, which is on digital fabrication. So here it is a new emerging technique in the field of design, architecture and engineering, where laser 3D techniques would be used for laser cutting techniques, and the subtractive and the additive process and the assembling of the designed piece. So these things will be taught to the students. These 2 workshops are of 4 hours each, and at the end you can go out with a small product of yours. So that gives a sense of satisfaction when you by your hands, when you make something and then you take them with you. So I think registrations, the seats might be left. You will have to check with the summer winter office. Siddhi is the person who does the registrations. So if the seats are left, you can register yourself. These workshops will happen on 12th and 13th. So you can again check the website for the details. Now I will take you to the summer winter school website. So whether you are at CEPT or you are not at CEPT, you can come to this page of the university. You can look at the courses. So currently the summer 2019 courses are being offered. So you can see there are around 28 courses which are offered during, there were around more courses, but 28 courses are there on board which are being hosted and which are going to actually happen. So this is a snapshot of all the courses. So when you will go to, if you select a course, you click over it, you can look at the details. So this is a course which is being held in Himachal, documenting the last vernacular village. It's a very exciting course, a very different habitat where you will be there with your fellow mates and the faculty. There might be some problems because of the cold there, but these are all experiential. How do you help each other? How do you build up as a team? How do you roam around and interact with the locals there and document the things? So this is the exciting part of it. You stay together in the, because this is a small place, so they only give the accommodation. So you stay there in their living environment and understand the intricacies of their life. So it builds you up as an individual. Then if you, so each course also has a course work plan. So if you will download the brochure, then it will give you also the details that each day what you are going to do. So you can actually take a conscious decision of which courses you would like to go for. So this is a course on Paris. Reflections of time on people and spaces. So how the Parisians have adopted to the ideologies and how the city's public realm and the architecture has evolved over a period of time. What all are the open spaces that the city has given to its citizens. So all these kinds of things are there. When the courses are hosted on the website, there is also the details about the fees. So you can also understand that what the courses offer. And how you can enroll. It's a completely online process to enroll yourself, and there is a set algorithm which runs and allots the courses to the students. So if the courses are oversubscribed, you may or may not get the course as well. If the number of seats are fully subscribed, so 30 seats, and if there are 100 applications, because it usually happens. So don't get upset, you can always try the next time, right? So that is where I would like to end, and you can look at the posters which are put outside for more details and a better understanding of it. But do visit the website for more details and to know the diversity of the courses. Thank you so much. It's after taking admissions, not just now, but you can have an understanding. But even if you are not a student of CEPT University and you are a student of other universities, still you can apply for these courses.
We can proceed with presentation from Faculty of Architecture. I welcome Professor Kashikar.
Okay, a very good morning and a warm welcome, especially for the people who are sitting outside. Thank you for braving the heat. I'll be talking about the Faculty of Architecture and the Bachelor of Architecture program. I'm Vishwanath Kashikar. I teach at the Faculty of Architecture, I think since about 11 years now. The way I'll be structuring this presentation, the presentation would last about 10 to 10.5 minutes. I'll be talking of two things, and I'm sure these are the questions going on in your mind. I'll be talking of, should I be doing architecture? Am I cut out for doing architecture? And the second, if I want to do architecture, is CEPT the right place to do it? In that, I'll touch upon three aspects. I'll talk very briefly about who is an architect and what does she do. What are the job prospects for an architect or someone who has done a bachelor's in architecture program? And what does it take to be an architect? And is CEP the right place to do architecture? I'll again talk very briefly about the details of the BArch program, and there will be many overlaps with the other programs as well here. And I'll talk of what makes the CEP BArch better than the others. Okay, so let's begin. Who is an architect and what does she do? I think many of you might already be knowing this. Maybe the classes that you're going to has already told you about who an architect is. But essentially, it's a person who designs buildings and advises in the construction of buildings. And architects typically design various kinds of buildings like apartments, offices, schools, hospitals, and so on. But architects also, after doing a BArch course, get into teaching, like me, for example. They get into research. They also get into advocacy. One of the key things about the architecture program is that in India, the architectural profession is regulated by the Council of Architecture. So just like law or medicine, there is a council which regulates, and therefore only people who do a recognized BArch degree are allowed to use the term architect and practice architecture. The other way of looking at it would be to say that there are three players in this whole thing: the architect, the client, and the contractor. The client is someone who brings the project to the architect to say, hey, design me a building, whatever that building might be. And the architect increasingly has to work with various teams. So architects nowadays have a lot of consultants. They might have structural consultants, electrical consultants, plumbing consultants, landscape consultants, you name it. And they also have to deal with contractors who actually build buildings and who have subcontractors working for them. So an architect on a day-to-day basis has to deal with these two groups of people. What are the job prospects for an architect? And here I'll dovetail it with CEPT alumni. So the pictures that I'll be showing would be of people who have graduated from CEPT. So of course the most architects prefer to independently practice. That is because you get the greatest degree of freedom. If you're practicing individually, you can take your own design decisions. However, it is difficult, like in any other profession, to start your own practice. So a lot of people start by working in architectural firms for other architects, and they learn the ropes of the trade before they start their own practice. Like I said earlier, architects also can focus on academics, teaching, research, and advocacy. And some architects also work as consultants to the government or to various NGOs. Okay? And these are few of our architects alumni randomly selected, but I'll not go into the details of each one of them. But as you can see, some have written books, some are doing projects. There are younger practices doing different kinds of work. Now let me come to the key question, I think the key question in the first part of the presentation. What does it take to be an architect, and therefore should you apply or not? I think architect, and here it is common to all design fields, the key thing that an architect requires is imagination and visualization. So you should have the capacity to dream. I know a lot of education till 12th standard has suppressed the idea of dreaming or imagining, because you have been told what is right and what is wrong. This is the correct answer, this is the wrong answer, but this is what you will need to get out of if you want to join architecture. But at the same time, architects, like all designers, are not artists, they are designers. So you also need critical, rational, and analytical thinking ability, because the buildings you build need to stand. Yeah? They cannot be figments of your imagination. At the same time, in order to practice architecture, I think you need to have good verbal and graphic communication skills. It's okay if you don't have them now, because that is something that you will learn when you join architecture. And one of the key problems that many students face when they join is this last component, which is perseverance and hard work. And I'll explain this a bit. typically we are used to learning from textbooks, so we have textbooks to complete and guidebooks to complete, and the portion is covered. Therefore, we know when we have learned something. But again, this is common to all design education, there is no textbook. So you never know when you have finished or completed learning, which means the more you work, the harder you work, the more you learn. And some students find it difficult to come to terms with this. They are not able to put in that much hard work. Also, what we have noticed is people who enjoy doing it, for them it doesn't seem like work. And those are the people who work day in and day night, day in and day out. They end up not going to homes, which is what Mona was telling in the beginning. But if you don't enjoy doing it, it becomes extremely difficult. So I think that is the call you need to take before you decide to join architecture. Okay. Now I come to the second stage, second component of the presentation, where I am talking of, is CEPT the right place to do architecture? Of course, you know that there are more than 400 schools of architecture in India. Some are older than CEPT, some might be bigger than CEPT in terms of the number of students in architecture, some might be cheaper than CEPT in terms of the fees that you need to pay. So should I do architecture at CEPT? Before I get into that, I'll briefly lay down how the program is structured. And again, here I think it is this broad structure would be common to some other design programs as well. As you all know, it's a 5-year program. It is divided into 3 stages. The first year is called the foundation year. The second and the third years are called the level 2. And the fourth and the fifth years are called level 3. Okay. So in the foundation year, it's a consolidated program run by a separate program called the Common Foundation Program. In the level 2 and level 3, there are 3 types of courses. What you would call subjects in school is what we call courses here at CEPT. So there is Studio, which is the main design course, which has the highest weightage. There are mandatory or compulsory courses, and there are electives, which are choice based. So one of the key things about CEPT, and of course therefore the architecture program at CEPT, is that even in the design studios, we give you a lot of choices. So for example, in level 2, there would be 12 to 14 different design studios offered, and you can choose any one of them based on your preferences and your choices. Then there are 2 different types of streams, course streams in the compulsory subjects or courses. One is the history theme, history, theory, criticism theme, where you learn about historical aspects of architecture, and the other is the technology stream, which comprises of construction, environment, services, structures, and so on. Apart from that, we also have a pool of electives, where again there are lots of electives pan CEPT University that you can choose from. So this is how the program is laid out. But coming, I think, to the key question in the second component is, which is what makes the CEPT BIAC better than the others. So a lot of people would say, I mean, this is how a lot of people would say it, that it is an old school, 50 years old, it aims for excellence, it has great reputation, it believes in shaping individuals. But I think this is what all schools will tell you. Yeah. Whereas what I would like to touch upon is 2 things: resources and the content or the curriculum. And in resources, 2 things: the people at CEPT and the facilities available at CEPT. I will not go into the details of facilities available at CEPT because you will be doing a campus tour. We have a great library, a great workshop, many centers where you can do things. As far as teachers at CEPT are concerned, I think we are in a very privileged position to be the oldest school in Ahmedabad, and Ahmedabad being, according to some people, the mecca of architecture in India, and therefore a great pool of architects, practicing professionals as well as academics who teach. But I think what sets us apart is also the way we look at the curriculum. And I'll just give a brief anecdote here. You know, there was this boy at school once who went to school and said, you know, I have taught my dog how to speak. And all his classmates were flabbergasted. They said, you must be lying. He said, no, I'm correct. I have taught my dog how to speak. So they all go to his house, and obviously the dog just barks, it doesn't talk. And then that child says, I never said the dog learned how to speak. I only said I taught the dog how to speak. So most schools of architecture in India still follow a curricular method where they decide what is the content that need to be taught, like brickwork or structures or whatever that might be. But at CEPT, we follow what is known as an outcome-based education, where we are more interested in identifying what you learn rather than what you teach. And I think this is what sets the CEPT architecture as different from other schools of architecture in India. Thank you.
I invite Professor Paresh Shah, Dean, Faculty of Technology, and he'll share about the Bachelor of Construction Technology program.
Yeah, good morning to all. So I'm here to talk about undergraduate program in Bachelor of Construction Technology. So I'll be talking about why you should study the civil engineering or a construction technology. I would like to draw your attention that can you tell me the Sanskrit name of civil engineer or construction technology? Anybody can, like in older times, no, there is a term called Vishwakarma. Okay, so Vishwakarma, you can say that civil engineers are next to God. Okay, the God has created the natural world, and all other things that you are able to see is the contribution of civil engineers. So this is what civil engineer can contribute. Like again, I will to draw your attention to the this movie by Amir Khan, where he is coming from a other planet in a spacecraft, and suppose he is asking to his friend, पृथ्वी के गोले में क्या दिखता है? No, only two things that he is able to say, जो चीज जो गॉड ने बनाया और जो सिविल इंजीनियर ने बनाया. So there are only, this is what we can contribute, and civil engineers are basis of civilization. Whatever you are able to know, like if you look at the urban life, all the facilities that you are using, okay, if civil engineers stop working for a day, life will be very miserable. So starting from the housing that you are able to occupy, the water supply, drainage, road, bridges, airport, ports, all irrigation facilities, dam and canals, okay, and all urban and industrial infrastructure. So this is what the scope of civil engineering that he can contribute. And as far as the India is concerned, okay, the India is a developing countries, and a lot of economical development is happening, and lot of urbanization is happening. If you look at the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana and Sadak Yojana and all those things, India is deficit of more than 30 million houses, which is to be constructed by 2020. So there is immense opportunities and lot of infrastructure that is being carried out, and lot of investment is being done. So lot of opportunities are there, and we lack a right kind of civil engineering graduates that is we required. So there is immense possibilities. If you look at all wonder of the world, okay, so there is a different lists are available, and you will find that majority of them can be the contribution of civil engineer. Okay, so if you have a dream and aspiration for contributing to something significantly, this is the area that you can think of. Now looking at the Faculty of Technology. Faculty of Technology was established in 1982, and we offer a undergraduate program on Bachelor of Construction Technology, and there are 4 PG programs: Construction Technology and Management, Structural Engineering and Design, geomatics, and building energy performance. Now, how this program is different than all other engineering, civil engineering programs. No, in India, more than 2 lakhs to 3 lakhs civil engineering graduates are coming out. I tell you that this program, okay, is a unique program in India. Nowhere such program is available. It's a 5-year duration of undergraduate program in construction technology. The curriculum is more or less you will find in other engineering colleges, but the way we deal with the curriculum, okay, is different. The earlier presentation has talked about SAP philosophy of teaching learning process. Similar kind of the things that we are adopting. So we have an effective learning, teaching learning process, and like we have a studio-based courses, and students learn more actively. So there is a more engagement of the students. They do learning by doing, by making the things, and the way of handling the teaching learning process is different. Studio-based courses, so structure that Kasikar has talked about, so similar kind of structure that we have. So majority of the component of the teaching learning process is the studio courses, where students actually work on a real-life problem solving exercise. And so when you are doing a problem solving, you are actually trying to apply the knowledge. Okay, so you are more application oriented, and that is what definition of engineer. Engineer is basically a problem solver. Okay, so this is what we do, and creative and critical thinking is always part of the curriculum. All exercise that are being happening, students are required to think of a alternative solutions, creative solutions, and then he will decide one solution. So based on that, he has to make argument, justify his design, etc. So a lot of critical thinking that will get involved into. Lot of choices are available at every level, studio courses and elective courses. So lot of choices are available. Students can design their own skill set that he want to develop. And on that sense, each and every engineer of SAP is going to be different with a different abilities. Okay, he can have different abilities that can be developed. One of the major strengths of the program is that we want our students to be developed as a leader. Okay, and lot of opportunities and exercise that are being happening, so that when the students actually start working as a professional, he will have a skill of the leader. Okay, he will have a vision how to take the profession to the next level. He will have a proper kind of communication skill, team ability to work in a team, and all other skill that is required for leadership. Okay, so that will eventually get developed during the process of 5 years. We have very experienced faculty member, like as per the SAP culture, like with the School of Faculty of Technology, we have a 20 core faculty and more than 50 visiting faculty. And all visiting faculties are professionals who are working in a field, having a more than 10 to 20 years of experience. So a lot of field practice is brought into the curriculum by way of this. And our curriculum is the most updated curriculum, and I'm very happy to share that from 2019, okay, so if you are able to join the program, you will be going through the new curriculum, which is going to be implemented from 2019. And I'm very confident that this kind of curriculum and this methodology of civil engineering is not available anywhere in India. And one more thing, that campus life, okay, a lot of videos that you have seen. What is different in SAP is that the campus is open from morning 8 to evening, late night up to 12 o'clock. And it's a very vibrant campus. So a lot of freedom is available, and peer-to-peer learning. Okay, that is what is happening here. So these are a few pictures of learning by doing, and students engage in the various activity of making the things. You can visit the SAP portfolio and look at the work done by the FT students. With regard to the career options that are available after passing out this undergraduate program, so one option is the further studies, and there are various specializations that one can opt after graduating. So right from structural engineering, geotechnical, transportation, water resources, environmental engineering, remote sensing, geomatics, construction management, building technology, valuation, planning. So all these options are available for a further studies. Besides that, lot of our students have gone to the various universities in India and abroad also. And with reference to the recruitment, we have almost 100% recruitment that is possible. Those students, like 30 to 40% students, are always aspiring for further studies. All remaining students are able to get the proper placement. And these are all recruiters that has come in the last few years. So all major construction companies are able to come and take our students. With reference to the eligibility for the admissions, okay, so it is a 12th science with physics, chemistry, and any of the other subject with the aggregate 50% of the marks. That is eligibility. With reference to the admission process, like once you are applying and you are eligible, then you have to pass through the aptitude test, and which is mandatory for all the students, either through the CEPT or through the ACPC. And based on the aptitude test, the merit list will be prepared, which will be having a 60% weightage of the aptitude and 40% weightage of the HSC score, that is overall aggregate score. The aptitude test will consist of like a 25% weightage. So there is a module 1, which is a common for most of the students. So drawing based test on a virtual perception, and MCQ based test, that is the 75% weightage. So drawing based course will basically cover the theme of perception, observations, creativity, imagination, analysis, common sense, construction and problem solving skill. Second level test will include the maths and science, analytical ability, problem solving, social and cultural awareness, English communication, and construction awareness. So aspiring students can get some idea from this. And with reference to the alumni, we have more than 1,500 alumni since last more than 35 years. And I'm very happy that all our students are placed well. Okay, so they are working in a good environment. The few examples, like if you talk about the Mega, okay, our metro rail, more than 70% of the engineers are CEPT graduate, okay, our graduate. And this is one of the girl, Mayurika Chakravarti. No, see, this was the report in the Times of India. So there are many girl students also with the Mega. There is a student called Atul Gupta who is working in with a Google, okay, in their car design team. Gaurav Biswas, who was a young director at Ecom, one of the multinational company, and now he is having his own company. So like that, all our alumni are being able to place well, and they are doing well. So I hope that this course will be really very aspiring, and you can fulfill your dream while doing this course. So thank you all.
Thank you, Professor Paresha. Now I invite Professor Nandi Parikh and Professor Amal Shah for Faculty of Design for the Bachelor's in Interior Design and Bachelor's of Design in Building Product Systems and Furniture course.
Good morning, everyone, and a very warm welcome on behalf of Faculty of Design for the Open House 2019. I am Nandi Parikh. I am UG Coordinator for Bachelor's of Design and Bachelor's of Interior Design. I'll take you through the small presentation which will give you a brief understanding of what we do at Faculty of Design. So Faculty of Design, we have 2 undergraduate courses and 4 master's courses. We have Bachelor of Interior Design, which has 60 seats, and Bachelor of Design, which has got 20 seats. In Master of Design, we have 4 streams, which is Interior Design, Furniture Design, Building Products and Systems, and we have International Master of Interior and Architectural Design. So, you all must be questioning what is an interior design or what is this course about. So we established School of Interior Design in the year 1991, and we have a 5 years program which is 10 semester program. So Bachelor of Interior Design program is structured to allow students to understand human habitation by exposure to different situations through various means such as in-class, live-like experiences, field trips, professional internships, and case studies. So basically we tackle live problems in design related to interior environment. So it's a very structured program that we offer. So now the next question as students you would have, why 5 years and why not in 3 years or 4 years? Why? So the reason is it's one of the very few professional institutes that offer this program in which student masters the skills in space planning and design and has an overview of the interior environment. It deals with projects which are not only large but are complex in nature. The process of designing a space is a very scientific, logical, and yet creative. Interior design requires an attitude of research and understanding of aspects of sociology, cultural anthropology, and human behavior. This kind of attitude can be acquired through a professional course. So what is that profession? What are the other things that we do here? So as an interior designer, you tackle problems creatively as well as at a technical level, and you only deal with built environment. So the building is already existing. You have to be as creative as possible to resolve the issue. Your design has to be functional. It has to enhance the quality of the life, also aesthetically attractive, and at the same time you have to give out the solutions that is pertaining to your client requirement. There is a process. So the interior design follows a process, which is a systematic and coordinated methodology, including research, analysis, and integration of knowledge into the creative process, whereby the needs and resources of the client are satisfied to produce an interior space that fulfills the project goals. As an interior designer, you not only work in residences, but you also have opportunities designing retail spaces, corporate and private offices, malls, banks, theaters, restaurants, airports, government institutions, hospitals, museums, exhibitions, etc. So it's not that you are not limiting yourself just as a residential designer. There are all these streams out there where you can actually go out and work with different designers. So again, this profession, what is the profession? Some aspects of this profession are formulation of schemes and plans with the help of 2- and 3-dimensional design concepts that integrate the client's program needs and are based on knowledge of the principles of interior design and theories of human behavior. Selection and specification of furniture, fixtures, and equipments, including layout drawings and detailed product description, and provision of contract documentation to facilitate pricing, procurement, and installation of furniture. So we detail our drawings to the last screw that is going to be used in our furniture or in our product. This is the understanding we give to all our students. Preparation of construction documents consisting of plans, elevations, details and specifications, power and communications locations, reflected ceiling plans, and lighting designs, materials and finishes and furniture layouts. Coordination and collaboration with other elite design professionals who may be retained to provide consulting services including architects, structural, mechanical and electrical engineers, HVAC consultants, plumbing consultants, acoustics. So we basically work with n number of different agencies, from architects to all these other contractors and subcontractors. Observation and reporting on the implementation of projects while in progress and upon completion as a representation and on behalf of the client, and conducting post-occupancy evaluation reports. So we do all this as an interior design practice or a profession. So after you complete design, that's the next question you all might have, that what is it that we can do? So these are all the list of different fields as a designer. You can work as interior designer, interior architect, exhibition designer, graphic design, stage design, furniture design, publishing house, scenography, education, research. You can work at all various levels. You can start as a designer, work as an academician, as we all are here, many of us, you'll see, it's your personal choice. So there is no end to it. The most important is your eligibility criteria. Candidates should have passed 12th standard as HSE certificate examination of Gujarat State in science stream or its equivalent in CBSE and other boards, with physics and mathematics as compulsory subjects and chemistry, biology, biotechnology, computer as optional subject. And securing a minimum aggregate score of 50% for all subjects and 45% for SC, BC, SC and SC/ST candidates. In all the cases, aggregate will be calculated based on all the subjects, including languages, optionals, practicals, etc. And there is an entrance exam breakup, which is CEPT University test is at 70% and HSE aggregate is 30%. So you all have to go through CEPT University Common Entrance Examination. This is some of our student works. So we do a lot of hands-on work in workshops, making models, a lot of hand drawings in your first year. As explained previously by Professor Kashikar, we have similar structure. We have a common foundation program, and then from second year onwards, we have level 2 and level 3 design studios along with other compulsory courses. This is another example of a second year student. This is one of the visualization projects they have done with the space planning exercise. So we try and get, this was an Amul center. This was a live client designed with live projects. So we do get live projects and we work on it together with different faculties. This is another exhibition design that was being taken. Another example of structures and tectonics, if you're interested in computational design. So this is one of our studios that offer that as well. This is our final year studios, which involves more complex projects, more in detail, in depth, in design, and in detailing. Another example. So after 5 years, again, there are a lot of students who would want to pursue further education. What are the possibilities? So these are, again, many courses you can enroll to for doing your masters. And these are the list of colleges where our graduates have got their PG degrees from. So you can also pursue your masters from any of these universities if you wish to. So I think we are all over the world, so prospects are quite large. Some of our alumni across the world, they're quite spread out. I'm just going to show you brief work of our alums. This is from us when we did SID 25 years of celebration. Some of our alums are working as a professional furniture designers and are very well known in the industry. Some focusing on hotel interiors, installations, and residential. FRDC specializes in retail. I do design a lot of Have More restaurants, a very variety. You see it in Ahmedabad, has been designed by one of our alum. So life at CEPT, or life at Faculty of Design. You will have to come out of the textbook environment and try and adapt to what we are here. We are here, it's day-to-day learning experience. You will have to work really hard to make sure that you excel in your 5 years. Last year, we started the cell for recruitments and training program. We have the special cell, so at the end of 5 years, we try and get jobs to all our graduates. Recently, we have placed around 7 graduates of Spacemetrics in all over India, which is one of the multinational company who deals in office, just designing office environment all around the world. We had M. Moser, and there are many other bigger companies who comes and hires people from CEPT before even their graduation gets done. So this is one of the new thing that we have started at CEPT. Some more pictures, students working in workshops. So we use our workshop space to make sure we create our own models and own furniture. So that's a hands-on experience that we have. This is some few panels that you will see. If you have some time, please do drop in, see the exhibition of the students' work from 2nd, 3rd, 4th until final year students. You'll be able to understand how we work, what are the different design problems we tackle. Once again, I welcome you all and thank you very much.
शुरुआत में
Hi everyone. So I'm going to talk about another bachelor's program that is offered in Faculty of Design, and that is known as Bachelor of Design in Building Products and Systems and Furniture Design. So this is a sort of an allied field to interior design, that lot of collaboration and cross germination that does happen between two of these programs. But today I'm going to specifically talk about what we do in the newly launched program. So this program was launched in 2018, and put it into more sense, the interior design has 60 seats and the new program has 20 seats available for the students. Now these 20 seats are available as all India seats. There are no ACPC seats for the 20 seats. So the degree that you get after 5 years of education is Bachelor of Design, that is BDES, but with the specialization in building products and systems and furniture design. Now, how is this program different than other product design courses? Like lots of prestigious institutions across the country, they do have product design program, but ours is a very, very specialized and a specific program which is for building products. So ultimately, the products that we are designing, the kind of problems that we are tackling is for the built environment, it is for human inhabitation. They are not products. So if I have to give you a very blunt sort of an example, we are not designing just mixers or shampoo bottles, but we are actually designing products which cater to the built environment. So things like lighting systems, partitioning systems, office systems, desks, tables, chairs, etc. So the products that are there, they are more space dependent rather than just being just products. So this was established in 2018, last year. Now we'll have a full 20 students batch coming into our level 2. Until now they have been only part of the foundation. So this program is structured to allow students that will focus, they develop, and their thinking will develop and their skills will develop through in-class live experiences, field trips, professional internships, and case studies. So in terms of its structure, it is very similar to the interior design program. But as far as learning is concerned, here there are lots of differences. So the kind of learning that happens, it happens through building technology, it happens through aspect of structural engineering, through various manufacturing and production processes, through material sciences, through form making, actively participating in workshop making, then detailing and design management. So these are some of the aspects that we are looking at in terms of what is building products and systems. Again, lots of product design courses are there, 4-year, 3-year, etc. So why study in a 5-year program? So Bachelor of Design, Building Products and System is one of the few professional building product design programs in India. So that is one of the most unique things that, as I said, there are lots of other programs, but this focus is on very focused sort of a thing. So it's a cross-disciplinary course, aims to amalgamate building design solutions with the emergent technologies. So this course has been designed to look at the future, not just rely always on the past for solution. Products and systems that are imported today are unsuited for Indian. There are lots of building products that do exist in the market, but unfortunately they are always imported and they are always designed for the Western context. So this program is sort of trying to deal with that how do you create products or how do you create building products and solutions which are more geared towards the Indian context. So Professor Sagar Mode, who is a product designer, will be able to explain to you this in more detail.
Yeah, so hi everyone. So this is there are two different kind of disciplines are there, like so there are normal product design. It's basically based on the concept of mass production and mass consumption, whereas building product and systems are more on focused on towards the mass customization. So it is situation based and user as per the user requirement we design the products. Building product and system designs requires an attitude of research and understanding of aspect of sociology, okay, cultural anthropology and human behavior. This kind of attitude can be acquired only through professional courses like building product design. So Bachelor of Design, understanding user requirements, situations and context. It is a must thing here. We require selection and specification of materials, material properties and manufacturing processes for application of the product is the main thing here. To achieve the design through concepts, we focus more on sketches, 3D, CAD/CAM renders and visualization, and also scale models or making of prototype is must in this program. Coordination and collaboration with other allies design professionals who may be retained to provide consulting services, including architects, structural engineers, structural designers, mechanical and electrical engineers, different kind of vendors, plumbing person, and all those things are we work with them, and we closely work with these people to achieve the project done. Observation and reporting on the implementation of projects while in progress and upon competition as the representative of and on behalf of the client, we focus mainly on these things. After we are done with the project, we students can work with as a product designer, furniture designer, exhibition design, system design, service design, design management, and educational. They can go into education also and research-based project also. These are some of the example where building products and systems can be used. Like you make furniture for the public area or public institutes, like public properties like bus stops, railway stations, or public park and something like that. These are some of the examples which are done by our master students, furniture design students. We also focus on, we can also design lighting systems and for different kind of big area, corporates or industry or something like that. Also, we focus on the like different systems, like we require some different particular kind of staircase or particular kind of situation, we require different kind of products. So this is a mass customization things. Again, same kind of things like false flooring or false ceilings, we require this kind of attitude towards different kind of attitude towards this kind of products. Partitioning systems. Also, we design different kind of particular hardwares which are not normally available in the market, but we need to design those things for particular situations and scenarios. Facade systems, then owning systems or particular kind of kiosk design or something like that. Also, we require this kind of professional experience. These are the student work of master first year students who are doing master in design, master in building product design. This is the first semester work of the same student. And also you can, like few of the slides are here, but you can also go and visit the exhibition. You can see more work of students over there. And this is a life at Faculty of Design, different kind of discussion with faculty. And yeah, so the eligibility criteria is applicant should have have passed in 12th higher secondary school certificate examination or equivalent examination from any streams like science, commerce and arts or humanities from Gujarat State Board or any other state boards or CBSE, CISE, NIOS or ISB, IB or something like. Or applicant should have passed the diploma 10+3 pattern, civil or mechanical engineer, architecture or architectural assistantship with minimum 60% of aggregates. Technical Board of Gujarat or any other state from college or university established under Section 3 UGC Act 1956. Eligibility is CEPT entrance exam test is 70% and HSC aggregate is 30% combine of this thing.
Okay, I just wanted to make one thing clear. There is always some confusion regarding this. Now, Professor Nandi Parikh, what she showed was Bachelor of Interior Design. Now, in that, let me again repeat that the eligibility is limited to students who have taken 12th science with physics and maths as compulsory subject. But in this program, if you have done 12th in any stream, doesn't matter, but so long as you have 60% aggregate, you are eligible. So even if you have done science, commerce, arts, humanities, doesn't matter, or whatever board also, that also doesn't matter. So long as you have more than 60%, you are eligible. Or this is also one of the, I think only very few programs on CEP campus undergraduate, where if you have done 10+3 diploma, then also you are eligible. If you have done 10+3 diploma, you are not eligible for the interior design program, but you are eligible for the Bachelor of Design program. Please remember that. Thank you.
Now lastly, we have Professor Melissa Smith for Bachelor's in Urban Design program. Please.
Hi everyone. Since I'm last, I will try to sum everything up succinctly. I tend to talk fast, so if anybody, at least in this room, apologies to the people outside, thinks that I'm talking too fast and they cannot understand me, just raise your hand a little bit and I'll start to slow down. You may have to do it again because I tend to speed up, but don't be shy. Okay. The urban design program at CEPT is 3 years old. It's still quite new and it is one of a kind in India. It's one of very few programs abroad as well. We will be starting our 4th year next year and we'll graduate our first batch in 2 years. The first question I want to answer is, who are urban designers? Very simply, urban designers are designers, like all of the other programs in the CEPT undergraduate, and they are professionals who are trained specifically to work in the public realm. What that means is that urban designers might design streets, junctions. They might make parks or gardens or playgrounds. They may be involved in the design of lakefronts, waterfronts, or even bus stops or other facilities related to public transport. They also, in a larger sense, they can give form and character to groups of buildings and neighborhoods, even urban spaces or larger areas of a city. They design and organize also the processes of engagement with people, because when you're talking about the public realm, you have a lot of people involved. You don't have one client, or if you do, that client is responsible for many people. So urban designers have to figure out how they can engage with and find out what people need. They also evaluate and analyze the urban environment. The skills that they have as a design professional allows them to look at and see what's happening in the urban environment, figure out the kind of problems that it has, and maybe come up with solutions. Finally, urban designers are also responsible for making regulations. So the rules that the rest of the professions follow, the architects, the engineers, even the interior designers, those are often designed by the urban designers. So urban designers need an understanding of many different kinds of the design profession, because the reality, what they're doing is they're working in the city. So why do we need them? Urban designers have been around for a while as a profession. It's been around since the 60s. But right now we are looking at a time when the city is growing. The 21st century is known as the urban century. Cities are increasing rapidly everywhere. And in India, we have large cities which are becoming larger. The need for urban designers is to deal with the complexities, to deal with the problems that these cities are facing, and to think about how we can make quality spaces within them. Urban designers are experts in making quality urban spaces. So at CEPT, why we should do this course? The CEPT, you've heard from all the other bachelor programs, and you've seen that we have a platform here where you're able to get a perspective from many different design areas and bring that into your education. Like the rest of the programs, it's a 5-year program. So in the urban design, you will start in the foundation program, common foundation, and then we will move to the other levels. The focus of all the urban design studios in every level that you're looking at is to understand how, as designers, we intervene into the life and the structure of the city. That means we don't need to understand just how buildings work or how vegetation works in the city. We also need to know how political frameworks impact the city. We need to know how decisions that people in charge or elected people are making, what they do to the projects that happen on the ground. We need to know how the relationships between different kinds of people, different groups of people affect the way that we use our streets and our gardens and our public spaces. And we also need to know how much things cost. How can we, as cities, how can cities deal with the cost of making projects and making their spaces better? So as I said, we have a foundation year in the program. The second and third years are we call them exploration. We have sets of studios that develop skill sets. All of our studios are engaged with issues that are critical and relevant to the Indian urban context. And then finally in years 4 and 5, we have what we say is it's called synthesis. The projects are bigger. You're thinking about lots of different kinds of things and trying to tie them together into a solution. As part of that 4th and 5th year, we have options for, we have practical training for 1 semester outside the campus, and we also have an option for a thesis project. We, in addition, like the rest of the courses at CEPT, have an exchange program. Our studio courses, just to look at a sample, given lifelike problems, and students are guided, not taught, to find their own answers and understand how they work. Along with our studios, we have courses that support the work that you're doing in the studio, would give you basic knowledge. And because we're working in the city, we have a diverse set of knowledges that we're trying to achieve. Those range from social sciences to structure, material, building science and environment, and also come to law and regulation and the history and theories about the city to understand how we place ourselves. As an outcome, we hope to have articulate, critically aware, and curious individuals who are able to perform in the environment, which requires a large set of skills. I'm going to run very quickly through the kinds of work that we do. We have a series of drawings, engagements with the city which happen, and basically all of the work that we're doing is tying between designing solutions, designing spaces and designs for the city, but we also need to analyze the city. We're also analyzing and looking at mapping the kinds of things that go on in the city, that go on in the spaces that we need to work in. And this requires a number of different sets of skills. We look at streets, from streets to different kinds of edges. We have to understand the buildings that lead up to the streets. We have to understand a whole set of things that play into the decisions that we make. It also involves engaging with communities and figuring out what they think. We use different kinds of software to analyze the kind of impact that the climate has on the city, that our buildings have on the city, and to think about what it means to apply. So it's a balance of many different sets, many different types of knowledge that you have to bring together as the designer. We also start to get into housing. We look at the way that housing interacts with the public sphere. So in all of these things, we bring a level of imagination to think about the kinds of cities that we want to have, the kinds of spaces that we want to have our city in the future. And that's really where the urban designer becomes critical and indispensable, is that they are not only understanding how to work in the city, how to deal with the problems of the city, but they're also imagining what a better place it could be and the kind of things that we can actually do and create in order to make the city a better place. We use models to do that as well. We use reviews and interactions to discuss all of these things. Our teaching faculty is diverse. It's a largely Indian teaching faculty. We have people from around the world as well, so that we can look at the Indian context in the context of the world, in the global context. We want to understand what India is relative to other places, what kind of things the rest of the world can learn from India, and what we can learn from other parts of the world. In our practical training, we have students that go and do internships in many varieties of firms, from urban strategies firms and NGOs to government planning organizations, architectural design firms, and planning firms as well. Now, you might ask, what can you do after you study in a Bachelor of Urban Design? In fact, there's no other Bachelor of Urban Design, so you'll want to know. In postgraduate studies, the kinds of things that we expect that students will go into are things like urban and regional planning, urban design, landscape design. Those all still fit within the design profession, the built environment, but this also can prepare you to work in other areas of the city, other areas that engage with the city, like law, social work, anthropology, looking at human behavior, and also into international development and public policy. Career opportunities, you will have the possibility of working in urban design, architecture, urban planning, and urban research firms. I would like to clarify, the urban design program is not an architecture program, and you would not get a Council of Architecture. It's not a Council of Architecture program, so you would not practice as an architect. That said, there are architecture firms, especially larger ones, that hire urban designers for urban design and larger projects, and that is something that urban designers do, and that's something that our interns are doing now in their practical training. You also have the possibility of working for community interest groups and NGOs, people who are concerned about the city and its issues, other social enterprise organizations, real estate developers as well, and even government development authorities. So there's a wide range of organizations that you would have a possibility to work in because they're all trying to deal with the problems of public space in the city. Like the last program, we are open for students from all streams, science, commerce, and the arts, and we are also open for students who have passed diploma 10+3 in any stream. Both of these are a minimum of 50% marks in the general category. We have entrance exam as well as part of this, which you would find on the website. And that's it. This is our first batch. Thank you.
Thank you, Melissa. Thank you, thank you to every faculty member who have given us, quite insight about all the programs that are offered at CEPT. So I just give you a brief idea about the list of events that we have ahead. Right now, there will be a break from 12:30 to 1:30. You guys come back at 1:30. We will be having the information desk session with all the program, faculty members and the admins there. And all the information regarding SWS, Student Services Office, and CEPT University Press are in the room just on the left of the GIDC Bhavan. And admissions office will also be there. So questions regarding admissions can be asked to us. If you, after the information session, which will go on till 3 o'clock, there will be campus tour till 4:30. And from 4:30 to 5:30, there will be students interaction. So people who want to know, about life at CEPT from a student's perspective, come back here. There will be an informal forum of the students. These are the, chosen program ambassadors from the faculties. They will help you out with all the insight that you seek today, right? To help you make the right career choices, right? So thank you very much. Let's come back at 1:30 here. Yeah. Just 1 minute. There will be desks here from all the faculties. So you guys have to come back here, come 2 to 3 in a group or something like that at every desk. Like there will be desk for architecture, interior design, construction, BPS, that is building products and design, building products and systems and furniture design, and we have urban design desk also, right? So you will have to come and just be patient. Everybody will get chance and take 5 to 7 minutes, right? Not more than that. We are because there are a lot of people. There are about 600 people on the campus right now for this open house. So and if you have any further questions, you can always reach us back at admissions office also, right? The toll-free number and the email addresses are given on the boards. All right. I think now we should take a break. Thank you so much. Yeah. You guys come back at 1:30, please.